A very good evening to each and every one of you, wherever you're joining us from tonight. Let's fight, folks. What's happening at your end? We got lots to discuss, some breaking news as we come on. Folks, lots happening in this country, and we're just happy to have each and every one of you with us. Good folks, wherever you're joining us from tonight, share that live, smash that emoji button for us, folks. Partner with us as well so we can continue bringing you pace and power with all the valid and credible information. Great to have each and every one of you folks, wherever you're joining us from tonight, wherever you're rocking and coming from tonight. It's a privilege, nothing short of a privilege to have, as I said, folks, nothing short of a privilege to have each and every one of you wonderful, beautiful folks right here with us. So it's pace, and power. Great to have you. Share that live. As we said, folks, smash that emoji button as well. We want as many folks as possible to receive the valid and credible information. Rock and come in, folks, from all of those many places you guys always join us from. It's, as I said, it's just great being here with you folks. Another evening I'm holding for us to have some more of you, because we don't intend to start over anything once we start, you know. Once we get going, that's it. That is it. Punto final. Once we get going, folks. So that's how we're going to do it this evening. As I said, it's such a privilege to be here with you guys. Another night, folks. Another night. It is Wednesday, the 24th day of January. And so much happening. Happened today, the National Assembly, among some other places as well. And we're going to be sharing all of that with you good folks. We're going to be sharing all that with you good folks. Let us know if you're receiving us loud and clear. We think you are and should be. Just let us know if you are receiving us loud and clear. To all the folks who are joining us across the various social media platforms, welcome in the ring. Welcome to each and every one of you. I think we're now going through some of the platforms. Good to have each and every one of you here with us. We're going to ring the bell once more for those persons who are now coming in to some platforms, and I know a couple of persons are going to be coming through for some other platforms as well, and so we're going to have to ring the bell for them too. But great seeing each and every one of you here. Like we said, folks, it's a privilege being out front with each and every one of you. Yep, it was a long day in the National Assembly today. Long day in the National Assembly. We got a bit of a scare, and I'm going to tell you a bit about that in just a second. We got a bit of a scare today in the National Assembly. We're going to talk a little bit about that and some other things that are happening. Clear Access, Chamley, Sukchan, Sudhari, and all the other folks who are joining us. Great to see you, wonderful folks here with us tonight. Rock and come in. Good to see Roxanne and Clear Alexis, Sukchan, Magnell, Avril, Orin Dawn. Good to see Pamela Sanchari. Pamela, thanks for the thing. Pamela, thank you so much to you and your beautiful family, your beautiful daughter. Thank you guys so much for reaching out to us and showing that we can keep going, folks. Day after day, week after week, month after month, 3 years and counting out here. Julian Marsh, Shona Fortune, Orin Dunn, Everil, and all the other guys joining us tonight. Share that live, smash that emoji button, folks. Pace and power. We saw some folks telling us, there ain't nothing for the National Assembly. Oh my God, we got such a scare today with one of our colleagues. And let us jump into some breaking news, folks, as we come on tonight. Ain't got no time to waste as we come on. We got a bit of breaking news to share with you, folks. A bit of breaking news. And I think we got 2 pieces of information, folks. Take a look at this. First up, they're telling us that the PPP Councillor has been charged with rape. And this is Rohan Narain, called Prem Narain. And he's from the Annandale, Riverstone, NDC, and they tell us this is in Region 2. It's on the Essequibo coast. Charged with rape today, folks. How come the PP attract all these kind of people? It's fascinating to me. He's from Cullen Public Road on the Essequibo coast, and he was charged today, Wednesday. This is according to the Room of the News. Charged today with the offense of rape committed on a female from the Essequibo coast as well. They're also telling us the charge was laid on the Section 33 of the Sexual Offences Act Chapter 803. He appeared at the Anna Regina Magistrates Court before Magistrate Esther Sam, where the charge was read to him, and he was not required to plead to the charge. He was granted a sum of $300,000 bail, and the case has been adjourned for the 7th of February for statements, they tell us, to be disclosed for the disclosure of statements. One party attracts all of these miscreants. How is that even possible? Huh? How is that even possible? One party attracts all of these folks. One party. 1 to 10. One. Rohan Norai. You're never minister resign. You say you don't have the girl, but he resigned. First for good measure. Because of public pressure. He didn't want to take attention off of the PPP administration. Well, I guess he didn't factor in budget 2024 that was going to bring out the attention of the PPP. All the attention. He didn't do it. It wasn't he. She lied on him. She told a lie on him, but yet he resigned. One party attracts all of these miscreants. One party, folks. One party. What do you have to say about that? What do you have to say about that? Leon Logan, Unity Elias, Lester Williams, Vesta Hardy, Rajkumar, Donna Daly, Sharon Griffith, Eva Mathis, Garnett. What are you going to say about that? My God. One party, is attracting all of these folks. Those are the allegations. PPP Councillor, he's from the Annandale Riverstone NDC. Rohan Narayan, called Prem Narayan, charged with rape. Yep. You know how to do it, PPP. You know how to do it. Folks, in the National Assembly today, we were considering the budget, debating the budget there, budget 2024, this $1.146 trillion budget. We were debating that budget today when our colleague, Geeta Chandan Edmonds, who was talking to me all the time, and she kept, as I was flitting about the place, doing different things, she kept saying, Sherry, you're coming back to cheer me on. I said, yes, I got you, Geeta. I got you. We're chatting back and forth about a different things. She sat right next to me most of the afternoon. And we were chatting back and forth on several issues. Right? I think somebody will be sure, I think somebody will be her. Soon as Geeta get up and step to that podium and started talking, making her presentation, we could tell something was a little off. And her words starting to slur. I was chatting with her all afternoon. Nothing wrong. Soon she got up and started speaking. We got the sense something was up. The speaker adjourned the National Assembly for a short break, and we ensured that she got some medical attention, which she is still receiving. And I want to read for you the official statement out of the Leader of the Opposition's office, which says that it wishes to advise that during the budget debate of January 24th, which is today, as I said, our MP Geeta Chandan Edmonds approached the podium to make her contribution. There were notable signs of slurred speech and physical tremors. The emergency medical technician station at National Assembly were called in and recommended that she be immediately transferred to the accident and emergency unit of the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation. The release here says, the press statement says, we will continue to update the public on her condition, and our thoughts and our prayers are with her. She said, we were chatting fine all the time. Perhaps if I was going up to speak, the same thing may have happened to me. Huh? Maybe it would have happened to me. What's happening in this place, man? It's one thing to the next, and we'll show you. It's one thing to the next. We'll show you. Geeta and I chatted on a number of bases. She sat right next to me all afternoon. Soon she got up and walked to that podium. We saw a little dazed. And then her speech started slurring. What's with that? As we got some more information on this, folks, we'll have it for you as well. Our thoughts and our prayer are with our colleague and our comrade, Geeta Chandan Edmonds, and I have no doubt Geeta's going to make a full recovery In Jesus' name. Amen. In Jesus' name, our thoughts and our prayers with our family. Our thoughts and our prayers are with them. Folks, we got a lot to cover. A lot to cover. As for the National Assembly, it was MP Vincent Jordan who stepped up to bat and put things into context. He said, this budget here is hurting the ordinary man. This budget here doesn't cater for the needs of this small man. That is what he said. Oh my Lord, the PPP took umbrage with that. they weren't going to let him get the PPP took umbrage with that. They weren't going to let him get away with that at all. But he said it as it is, folks, and we want you guys to see some of what he said. Take a look, take a listen. The opener, the Honorable Member of Parliament, Vincent Jordan, I think he's the Shadow Minister of Agriculture, on his feet, folks, in the National Assembly. Take a look, take a listen. Take a look, folks. Got it cute? And take a listen.
Mr. Speaker, this biggest budget ever has completely neglected the poor and low-class worker, while, sir, it continues to focus on enriching the friends, cronies, and associates of the PPPC, even those incompetent ones, in the form of a critic. Mr. Speaker, when you can give our modern-day pensioners $3,000, who must put huge costs of living and medical bills for themselves, it is an outright embarrassment to our senior citizens. Mr. Speaker, I sat and listened to the Honorable Minister with responsibility for finance, who, in his preamble to his budget presentation, gloriously praised the PPPC for its work and numbers at the last local government elections. But, sir, he stopped short of saying that it was the same PPPC that was involved in electoral malpractices. Sir, what the minister did not say to the Guyanese is that no less of a person than the Honorable Vice President Barajagdio had to apologize to the family of a deceased woman whose name and signature appeared on the list of nominators long after she was buried. Mr. Speaker, I challenge the Honorable Minister to tell the entire story. Or people would have said, Honorable Sonia and Jafar Ali, they will know the rest. Sir, I will end the story, however. Electoral fraud, malpractices, vote buying, gerrymandering, and falsifying of signatures are the record of this PPP administration. More so, sir, in the recently held local government elections. Sir, that is the record of the PPPC. Mr. Speaker, what is true from the results, however, is the fact that the APNU made inroads in Bushlot Village, where in some cases we never had votes, and this time around, sir, we picked up votes in double digits. Sir, also in the Blairmont, Geraldine NDC, where the APNU had 2 and 3 seats, those were all increased to 4 seats, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask this government, where are the relief that was supposed to reach the ordinary man in 2023? Sir, where are the relief and support for the agriculture and small farmers? Sir, where was it when pumpkin was $1,500 per slice? Where was it when sugar was $360 per kg? Where was it when boro was $200 per bundle of 10? Where was it, sir, where was the support when plantain was $260 per pound? Mr. Speaker, where was it when beef was $800 and $1,000 per pound? Sir, where was it when celery recently was $2,500 per pound? Mr. Speaker, where was it when tomatoes and peppers were $500 per pound and 4 in a plastic bag for $1,000? The price of these local cash crops is a clear indication, Mr. Speaker, of the failure of this government's agriculture program. Mr. Speaker, that is the harsh reality on the ground. In every region, in every town, in every village, all Guyanese face the burden of the high cost of living. To add insult to injury, sir, the government has delivered a paltry or meager 6.5% increase in salaries for our public servants. Sir, I understand that the ministers of government would not know what I'm talking about. They cannot feel the pressures that are brought to bear because, sir, they don't go to the markets. They don't have to face the shops. Mr. Speaker, Auntie Betty in Port Morant knows what it feels like. Uncle John from New Amsterdam, Cousin Waverly from Linden, and Brother John Apple from Cameron. They all know what it feels like, Mr. Speaker. Sir, the ordinary man knows what it feels like under this PPP administration. Mr. Speaker, this biggest budget ever has completely neglected the poor and low-class worker, while, sir, it continues to focus on enriching the friends, cronies, and associates of the PPPC, even those incompetent ones in the form of a critic. Mr. Speaker, when you can give our modern-day pensioners $3,000, who must put huge costs of living and medical bills for themselves, it is an outright embarrassment to our senior citizens. Mr. Speaker, I sat and listened to the Honorable Minister with responsibility for finance, who, in his preamble to his budget presentation, gloriously praised the PPPC for its work and numbers at the last local government elections. But, sir, he stopped short of saying that it was the same PPPC that was involved in electoral malpractices. Sir, what the minister did not say to the Guyanese is that no less of a person than the Honorable Vice President Barajagdio had to apologize to the family of a deceased woman whose name and signature appeared on the list of nominators long after she was buried. Mr. Speaker, I challenge the Honorable Minister to tell the entire story. Or people would have said, Honorable Sonia and Jafar Ali, they will know the rest. Sir, I will end the story, however. Electoral fraud, malpractices, vote buying, gerrymandering, and falsifying of signatures are the record of this PPP administration. More so, sir, in the recently held local government elections. Sir, that is the record of the PPPC. Mr. Speaker, what is true from the results, however, is the fact that the APNU made inroads in Bushlot Village, where in some cases we never had votes, and this time around, sir, we picked up votes in double digits. Sir, also in the Blairmont Geraldine NDC, where the APNU had 2 and 3 seats, those were all increased to 4 seats, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask this government, where are the relief that was supposed to reach the ordinary man in 2023? Sir, where are the relief and support for the agriculture and small farmers? Sir, where was it when pumpkin was $1,500 per slice? Where was it when sugar was $360 per kg? Where was it when boro was $200 per bundle of 10? Where was it, sir, where was the support when plantain was $260 per pound? Mr. Speaker, where was it when beef was $800 and $1,000 per pound? Sir, where was it when celery recently was $2,500 per pound? Mr. Speaker, where was it when tomatoes and peppers were $500 per pound and 4 in a plastic bag for $1,000? The price of these local cash crops is a clear indication, Mr. Speaker, of the failure of this government's agriculture program. Mr. Speaker, that is the harsh reality on the ground. In every region, in every town, in every village, all Guyanese face the burden of the high cost of living. To add insult to injury, sir, the government has delivered a paltry or meager 6.5% increase in salaries for our public servants. Sir, I understand that the ministers of government would not know what I'm talking about. They cannot feel the pressures that are brought to bear because, sir, they don't go to the markets. They don't have to face the shops. Mr. Speaker, Auntie Betty in Port Morant knows what it feels like. Uncle John from New Amsterdam, Cousin Waverly from Linden, and Brother John Apple from Cameron. They all know what it feels like, Mr. Speaker. Sir, the ordinary man knows what it feels like under this PPP administration. Mr. Speaker, this big...
Yep, you heard it there, folks. That was the one and only Vincent Jordan, Member of Parliament, making the arguments, and you hear him pleading with the administration. The people are hurting economically in this country. Could we have something more substantial for them in terms of the cost of living? Could we do that? Vincent Jordan asks. Could we have something more for the people of this country who are hurting one way or the other financially? Zulfikar wasn't having that. Zulfikar Mustafa wasn't having that. I know I've already given you the opener, but I got to give you the icing on the cake. The Minister of Agriculture, Zulfikar Mustafa, you heard Vince Roy talk about celery gone up, borer gone up. Who tell him to say that? Who tell him to say that? Zulfikar Mustafa only wants to hear about Wagyu, celery, borer. Them boys don't eat that anymore. He only wants to hear about Wagyu. Take a listen to what he said. But it was his time to speak in responding to the honorable member, Vince Roy Jordan. Take a look, take a listen.
We are not coming here because we're Bora, about parts of Bora for $100. That's Bora mentality. That man wants to be the Minister of Agriculture. Coming here and say about a Bora, celery, bygone, squash. That's the man. That's the honorable member. He is a squash mentality minister. A Bora mentality minister. Like the opposition leader talk about Bora the other day, too, and celery. So the whole party are Bora mentality. That's the mentality of this party, like Stephen Sass, Bora, and everything. We are not coming here because we're Bora, about parts of Bora for $100. That's Bora mentality. That man wants to be the Minister of Agriculture. Coming here and say about a Bora, celery, bygone, squash. That's the man. That's the honorable member. He is a squash mentality minister. A Bora mentality minister. Like the opposition leader talk about Bora the other day, too, and celery. So the whole party are Bora mentality. That's the mentality of this party, like Stephen Sass, Bora, and everything.
Yeah. They don't need Bora anymore. And squash and bygone and so, no. That's beneath them. That's, wow. A lot has changed. The one Wagyu. My God, Veronica Primorales. Celery and Bora and bygone. You say you got confident mentality. My God, folks, long time gone, short time come, long time gone, Bora mentality. Wow. So people have been crying out for the cost of Bora. The minister responded, you can't, Bora mentality, squash mentality. Can't think about those things if you aspire to be the Minister of Agriculture. Wagyu. Yeah. Nothing but the very best, folks. Wagyu. Nothing but the very best. A lot happening around the world, folks, and I wanted to show you some of it to give you a sense of where we locate ourselves as Guyanese in this world. There's a lot happening, as I said. A lot happening. Look what's happening on the front with Israel and what's happening with the with the Gazans there, with the Palestinians. They remember South Africa took them to court. Well, Friday, the ICJ, the National Court of Justice, is going to be handing down that decision on the emergency measures concerning Gaza on Friday. Looking forward to hear what the ICJ, the National Court of Justice, says on that front. Yep. Looking forward to hear what they say on the Gaza front. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. Good folks, look what else we're following tonight. Look what else on our radars at this end. The Britons, they're being asked to prepare just in case Britain goes to war with Russia. Yeah, folks are saying that if Britain goes to war with Russia, because NATO could go to war with Russia, Britons might face a call up to fight in the armed forces if that war should happen between the UK and Russia. And this is according to one of its top army chiefs. Yep, interesting times, folks. Interesting times. Didn't see that one coming. But they're saying the pundits and the folks who got the know-how, if NATO goes to war with Russia, this is what we could end up seeing here. Interesting times. Fascinating times we're living in. See? Fascinating times. Look at us we're following, folks, as we on this evening. Just now, thoughts and prayers in Mali. Look what happened in Mali. They're telling us that despite the danger, small miners rush to these unregulated mines in Mali. They attract thousands of gold miners, folks. Well, over 70 persons are feared dead as one of these mines collapsed. Quite recently, 70 dead. I hope we never become numb to these numbers. That we say, oh, it's only 70. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, it's only 70. 70 persons. Fathers and brothers and sons, 70 plus lost their lives. That's why safety is so important. We know we're not taking safety to heart here. We know we're not impressing on folks. Safety, too much goes wrong. Too much. And we're going to show you some of that. It's the wild, wild west. Thoughts and prayers with those folks there in Mali. That's some of what we're following, folks, around the world. I think we want to show you now quickly some of what is happening around the region. Some of what we picked up happening around the region, folks, spotted. I'll show you that just now. But Jamaica is taking its infrastructure very serious. Community roads, they've allocated 20 billion Jamaican dollars to. Put your money where your mouth there. $20 billion. That's what they say. To roads, no doubt the folks there in Jamaica, got to be ecstatic about that. Got to be ecstatic. And more than that, folks, more than that, hold on. He talked about shared prosperity through accelerated improvement. That's what the government is touting. Shared prosperity. It's not some communities getting roads and some getting. Right? Not just folks who vote for Andrew Holness and his team, but shared prosperity through accelerated improvement. It's different than this one Guyana. And folks are taking notice. Yeah, Prince Harry and Meghan were in Jamaica for the One Love premiere. Bob Marley biography, quote unquote. Bob Marley biography and Meghan Markle looking fascinating, looking fantastic. And the one and only Prince Harry, they're having a moment with the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness. Oh, we're so happy for them. We're so happy for them. Thank you for Bob Marley. Peace and power. Thank you for Bob Marley. We got to get up. Stand up. Stand up for our rights, folks. We got to get up and stand up. Don't give up the fight. Don't give up the fight. Congratulations to Jamaica. Keep doing it again and again. That's some of what we're following, folks, from around the region. Some of what we're following on that front. Put it back for us. Yep. Closer to home, folks. Closer to home. Look at what we're following. The accident report. But y'all know once we come in the 592, what's going to go down? Once we come in the 592, what is going to go down? It's downhill. Folks, fast and furious. That's how they come in. Fast and furious. That is how they come in. Hold, brace it over. Brace yourself. You need to brace yourself. Brace yourself, folks. 2 days. You want to see what happens on the road. Soon as you blink, them boys gone with you, the numbers racking up. The numbers climbing. As soon as you blink, don't do it. Folks, be safe out there. Be safe out there because in the 592, there's a lot of things happening. Look, and we just opened the Heroes Highway. And this is at the Diamond roundabout here of the Heroes Highway. Horrific accident last evening. Horrific accident that took the life of Bhagat Singh, a man in his 50s, and 7-year-old or 5-year-old Ellie Prasad. My God, look at this little beauty. Life gone. Life gone, folks. Just like that. This was last evening. As we were on telling you of the accident report of the day before and during the course of yesterday, this was happening and we saw it as we came off last evening, folks. My God, slow down out there, folks. Slow down so you can arrive alive. Slow down, please and thank you, so we can arrive alive. This is madness, folks. This is madness at this point. Bhagat Singh and Ellie Prasad gone. One night. But brace it over. Brace it over. The good book says, when these things happen, it's not the end. Cheryl Jeffrey, I know you know the good book. The light one, we need a redemption song indeed. Magnell Barrow, June St. John, Yolanda, Desiree, Evelina, Laverne Wade. When these things happen, it's not the end. It's the beginning of sorrows. So 2 dead, Bhagat Singh, Ellie Prasad. 4 were injured in an accident. That highway was open the other day. What are we doing as a country? What are we doing? Slow down and let me arrive alive. But that was last night. Folks, today is the 24th day of January. That was last night. They're telling us in Citrus Grove, Main Access Road, Port Kaituma, Andrew Adam lost his life in what looks like a hit and run. And I want to thank Ghana Daily News for this story. Sometimes they catch a couple things right. Lost his life in what they think is a hit and run. Wild, wild west. To the second power multiplied by 6. The wild, wild west. Andrew Adams, they tell us, he was found with multiple injuries about his body. Multiple injuries on the roadway. Could you imagine how people think about their fellow man in this country? You would knock down a man, leave him on the road to die. Could you imagine that? Knock down a man and leave him there like a dog to die. That's what they did to Andrew Adams. Found him on the roadway in Citrus Grove. In Citrus Grove, Main Access Road there in Port Kaituma. We gone, you know. We gone. You all think Ghana is a real place? It's not. You all think Ghana is a real place? It's a play place. Not by a long shot. These are the things we got to focus on. What is the use? What is the use? It's the biggest budget ever Bantu King. There's Sri Thomas, Annette Cummins, Leon Blair, Kodaidekan. What is the use? It's the biggest budget ever. People dying on the streets like dogs. Would never be able to see this Guyana we want to build. For everybody we killing on people like this on the road. This is a massacre and slaughter, carnage on our roadways. And we've been showing you it. We've been showing you it all the time. Andrew and Enid, out front ports. Wenda and Eva, all you beautiful folks with us this evening. We've been showing you it. Yes, sir. We see these people here. They went somewhere for real. They went somewhere for us. We've been doing our homework. We may have missed one or two, but look at January thus far. Today is the 8th, the 24th rather. I'm seeing the first number there and I'm calling that as against what I want to call. The 24th day of January, folks. Right. So we still got some days left. Right? How many days in January? 30 days of September, April, blah, 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 blah. We got 31 days in January. So we still got some days on the calendar left, folks. But look, January thus far. January 8th, that accident at Rambert that claimed 4 lives. January 8th again, Courtland Public Road. 2 persons lost their lives there in the quarantine. January 8th again. See how the year started this bloody fashion and it's keeping up pace. January 8th again, number 9 Public Road. A fellow lost his life there. Ricardo Bitter. January 10th, that man lost his life on the Harbour Bridge. Riding, going somewhere, inexplicably. Tumbled off his motorcycle and lost his life. January 10th. January 21st, BV Public Road. Denise Paul lost her life. January 21st again, Sheriff Street Junction. Quincy Griffith on a motorcycle lost his life. January 22nd, Joel Castang crossing the road with his bicycle, lost his life. And then now we got Bhagat Singh and Heli Prasad losing their lives at the junction of the Heroes Highway and Diamond Main Access Road there. And then we got Andrew Adams of Port Kaituma. What the devil is wrong with this country? And this don't strike this country as odd? All this madness happening? This is not Trump. This is January looking at, ladies and gentlemen. And this is just deaths on the road, you know. And we may have missed a couple. A couple of folks may have drowned. They may have deaths by other means. We're just looking at accidents here. We didn't touch fires. What's happening in our country? This should frighten us. We got to spend, not only a big budget, but spend the money on the right things. Every life we save is a life worth saving. Can't say who won there then. They should know how to use the road. We got to do more. This is carnage on our roads and waterways. And we've been following it. It got away from us a little bit last year. And it's been trying to get away from us now. But we've been trying to keep track of what's happening on the roadways. That should frighten us, whether you're Hindu, Muslim, Greek, Jew, Gentile, Christian or Protestant. We got to pray for this country. National Year of Prayer. When I tell you Guyana has some of the most dangerous roadways in the world, this is what I'm talking about. I ain't talking water in my mouth. There's the facts right here. There's the facts. I don't care what they come and tell us. Crime chief, traffic chief, big sahib, woo! This is the reality. Everything doing ain't working. They ain't working as Ethiopia. They went somewhere for we. They went somewhere for us. What are they trying here? Ain't working. It's the thing working. Be careful out there, folks. That's January, and we got some days left. We got some days left in January, folks. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. We got some days left in January. You think it's easy? Huh? You think it's easy? Well, it's not easy. I just want to alert you. But like the tribe we here now. Like the tribe we here now. Although everything on the screen here, huge, huge, huge. Like the tribe with us now, we having it. That's what it looks like at that end, folks. Look what else we're following. Look what else we're following. Folks, wherever you're joining us from, be so kind. The cost of admission is just to share the life. It's just to smash that emoji button. 2,500 of you are watching us, and we're so privileged watching us from at home in Guyana, where we're broadcasting live from in the national capital city of Georgetown. And so many of you watching us from around the world as well. Smash that emoji button. If the boys won't come and lock you up, if the boys won't send a summons for you, smash that emoji button, folks. This is what probably the Honorable Vintroy Jordan was talking about as we began our broadcast this evening. It's nice time, but nice time for who? They're telling us in 2 months, the FPSO Prosperity will reach full capacity in pumping. There's not a little pumping, folks. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4. This is pumping like you never see pumping before. This pumping out everything. the FPSO will reach full capacity pumping oil in 2 months' time. Pumping oil. You can see any of that? Right now we're pumping, but you're feeling it? You think you gotta go full capacity for you to feel it? This is what MP Vincent John was talking about. There's a lot of money, but not in the right places. There's a lot of money, but not in the hands of the right people. We gotta treat these people in this country better. We gotta treat them better. The people, I ain't saying APNU, I ain't saying AFC, where they're PPP supporters, APNU supporters, that is shared prosperity that the Jamaicans are talking about. We're going to feel this. We're about to pump at full capacity. But are we going to feel it? Yeah? When we pump it, we must feel something. We are feeling that. Kurt Heideken, Cabin Holder, Gloria Paul, Dawn, God Love. We're feeling it. Cyril, we're not feeling it at all. Facebook user Wanda Hudson, we're not feeling it. Full capacity in 2 months. Where the money going? Where the oil money going? We want to know. You know Arindon, Dennis Dizelle, P. Alicock, Martha Harris, Donna Miller, P. Alicock, Candy the Legit. Do you know Candy? Where the money going? Ring the bell one time for my friend Candy. Bust a shot for your real friends, folks. Things tight. I want y'all know things tight. I ain't just tell y'all that FPSO prosperity. They're going to be pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping. I want to go into pumping. But me got a kind of money. FPSOs cost money. You think them buying and want to give me all black. I hear about this thing pumping. I want to try it a long time now. A long time now. Me got a kind of money. I don't have it, unfortunately. $1.146 trillion is the national budget. But the army said things tight. The army said things tight. Look this cook up. I saw on Chanel's page. I saw on Melly Mel's page. Look this cook up. Folks, this who version? Huh? Who version? Not because somebody's a soldier, must treat them anyhow. Huh? Soldiers supposed to be rough and tough, so they got to eat anything. These men are standing in defense, on the vanguard of this nation, defending all of us. Can't we treat them a little better than this? Huh? Who version is this? Like I see this cook up somewhere before. Bantu King says shine rice. Facebook user says dog food. The like one says Guyana dog food. Like I see this somewhere before. Abira said wow. The first time in a long time I see Abira lost for word. Just wow. Charlotte Fortune said shameful. Huh? Shameful. Guyana, they say we all the money going. That's what we want to win. Go ahead. That's the question I can be asking tomorrow. Sometime during the day tomorrow, I'm going to be speaking. Maybe late. I'm fired up and ready to go for these jagabats and transcripers, tadpoles and cricketers. And I'm prophesying now, the speaking and stopping about 50 times. But I'm ready for he. I'm ready for he and stopping about 50 times. But I'm ready for he. I don't ask them, what do you argue? I'll cheer in this? Huh? You only give your dog this. Huh? You all argue these nice puppy chow and whatever else is on the market there. But people working hard in this country, harder than most. This is what we're giving them. What madness is this, you know? What madness is this? Make it right. Make it right, folks. I want. Make it right, folks. Right? Make it right. Right? Make it right. How the chicken looks at turnips like he's a smuggled chicken? Zulfi? How the chicken looks at turnips like it's a little pulling, like a little... What's happening here, folks? What happened to the giant black chicken? That's supposed to be a fluffy, meaty chicken. The chicken pulling, sir. What's with that? Come on now, folks. Come on now. We got to treat our servicemen and women properly. We got to treat our servicemen and women better than this. Please and thank you. PPP. Good night to all, except the PPP. A good night to all, except the PPP and the people in the army giving our brothers and sisters this thing to eat. Damn it in hell. Stop that. You giving our brothers and sisters this to eat, and we in a $1.1 trillion economy? Wagyu. for our soldiers. Please and thank you. They deserve it. Wagyu. Right? We were increasing servicemen and women's salaries every year, giving them other benefits, building up the pension, giving them proper food. Right? Them boys give a 1 month bonus and taking it back. Oh yeah, I think 3 pound chicken and a half. No, take quarter pound. Take half of a quarter pound. Take half of a quarter pound. You see? Look, I had it on. God rest her soul. Iris Henry. Iris, her son, she used to call me poo-poo. Listen to me. I use half of a quarter pound beef for a week. Half of a quarter. This is what happening here. Half of a quarter pound. 23 years the lady live on the PPP. Plus, half of a quarter pound. When I really rationalize it, she said, you don't need to see beef, you know. For those of you who don't know, Junior is my call name at home. You know, Junior, she said, when she typed poo, she said, you all eating beef to see beef. But things hard in this country. Things hard. She said, listen how Auntie Iris used to cook your beef. Auntie Iris take out your beef, right? She done marinate and season your girl, and then she soak it down in that stew to simmer a little bit, right? And when the stew finish, Auntie Iris take out your beef and tuck it in the fridge. For next time, she said, you have a silly meat. Is it nutrients you want? Yes, storing it. Yeah. You think you come up poor. You think you come. These boys don't know about poverty. And that is why Zulfikar Mustafa, the somebody in the National Assembly said, don't come here and talk about Bora. Don't come here and talk about squash. This Bora and squash and celery mentality. Stop it. You don't know about poverty. Auntie Iris every day took out her beef, soak it down in that stew for the nutrients. Yeah? What's the food value of beef? It's proteins, whatever it is. Soak down your beef, tuck it back in. Beef get to eat Friday or Saturday. It depends. And if things tight, you got 2 weeks to beef running. You soak down, you tuck back in. Shelley Bannister said, that was then. I agree with you. We got the money now. What are you going to tell me? You got the money now. What are you going to tell us? What are you going to tell us? $1.146 trillion. That's the national budget. 1.146 trillion. That's big. That is big. I heard one MP put it as $1,000 billion. Trying to give you a picture. $1,000 billion, George. Don Sullivan, Bella Mona, Jennifer Daniels, $1,000 billion. Am I right? I was the MP, bro. Rastaman, Jamal Aziz, $1,000 billion. We've never seen money like this. And they didn't have to earn it. So they could spend it like nothing. Like they're born with a gold spoon in their mouth. Poor people in this country suffering. Suffering. You know. Who's here regard? He said, born as a sufferer. Suffering in this country. Under these jagabats and trench capos. But long time gone. Short time gonna come. Here girl talking fancy thing now. Razzle dazzle. Pride and dignity instilled in Guyanese through budget 2020. Yeah. Pride and dignity. And our servicemen are women eating that chicken. They have to take it out every day and soak it and tuck it back in. Chicken pull in. When that's in, pride and dignity instilled in Guyanese through budget 20. Through budget 2024. Some people want to say it federal, you know. Some people want to say it federal. I've been advised that the honorable member has been in the National Assembly for 34 years punishing Guyanese. 34 years punishing Guyanese. You see? That's what somebody does when they think they own the National Assembly. That's the boy, right? You get sit down there and take up a seat for 34 years. Right? When she done, she got to mark her name and back on the seat now. 34 years. To do what? Waste our time? Punish us in this country? Pride and dignity. What side, folks? What side that happening? Stop it. Stop it. That's what the honorable member said. Huh? And I think she was losing a little bit. You know, I told you also Sonia Parag was frothing in the mouth yesterday. The National Assembly is quiet. Quiet. And the honorable member arguing. She's going good. And then she just tear off in abusing. Somebody wrote in the script, speak loud here, shout at them at this point. And she's following, even though there's no reason to shout. Nobody heckling her. You see? But she's at that fragile place in her life. That fragile place. Right? When she started imagining things, she imagining people heckling, she abusing and shouting down. Oh, dignity and pride and dignity instilled in Guyanese through budget 2024. Is it so, Rishi? Lyndon, Jamal, Claudette, Annette, Shelley. Is it so? Shelley, Shelley says Guyana belongs to all the people of this country. 5 on the PPP. I heard the last speech, folks. And look, story here now, man, as we wrap up. Things in this country is one thing to the next. One thing to the next. Well, the Honorable thought, you thought, he ran away. Oh, his presentation was the worst. Folks, we're in trouble. I just want to tell you that. We in trouble. The Foreign Affairs Minister's presentation was the absolute worst. But I hear from Kwame yet. Right? I hear Kwame. I don't know Kwame got Kwame, he always be terrible too. Right? So he and Todd going to be fighting at this point. But I think Todd going to win. I think Todd has won. Without Kwame firing a punch. He had the worst presentation. We're in trouble. We Foreign Affairs in trouble. If Todd is who we hanging, we hope so. We're in trouble. Folks, you know. I was there in Embotero on the border with Venezuela. Look at those people in the eyes. Saw the fear. You know. And I said, well, we got to trust that these guys got us. They ain't got us. When I heard Tuck's presentation in the National Assembly a couple of days ago, they don't have us. We're in trouble. I just want to tell you, we're in some serious trouble on the foreign policy front. Todd went off to meet with the Foreign Affairs Minister of Venezuela in Brazil. The teams are beginning working on that. Second meeting, these people put the cart before the horse. What should do first and do it second? He done went to meet with the fellow. The second meeting now, they're working out modalities. You see, this is madness. Even said Guyana's honoring and implementing the Argyle Declaration. He said they weren't going to be talking about Essequibo, and Essequibo was the only thing on the agenda. You see, when you find a Paku, you got Bossy back. Pompeo Bossy back. Santoki Bossy back. It's Maduro turn now. When you find a Paku, you got Bossy back. But speech start should resign in disgrace. Resign like the councillor of the NDC, the PPP councillor of the NDC there in Essequibo charged with rape. Resign. Disgrace you. We're in trouble. That's me one conclusion after listening to that. We in some serious trouble. Folks, are we in some trouble? Turn off to Brazil. The president is off to Ghana. Some make up a war. I don't know. Don't understand it. Came back on January 20th. Run away, Sandy. Frequent flyers. Their airfares now win the billions. Right? They left me in the sauce and they're jetting around the world. Having nice time. Right? One award. Nobody ever hear about carrying retail to Ghana. Stop wasting taxpayers' money, man. Let us stop wasting taxpayers' money. You hear me? Some no name award. Nobody never hear about carrying retail to Ghana. But that's what you do, folks. That's what you do when you want a vacation. When things tight and you run away. Run away! Run away like Ashni. Run away. Please and thank you. Our colleague, Bentroy Jordan, was on his feet today. And he had some words with Gaisuko. Oh, Gaisuko is failing spectacularly on the PPP. Gaisuko is failing in spectacular fashion under the PPP, folks. Spectacular fashion. And Shadow Minister for Agriculture, the Honorable Bentroy Jordan, was on his feet today in fighting form in the National Assembly. Take a look, folks, and take a listen to some of what the Honorable Member, Vincent Jordan, had to say. Guys, Suko, he had words with them.
Mr. Speaker, this PPPC government likes to shout to the top of their voices that the coalition doesn't like sugar workers. But sir, let me set the record straight. Mr. Speaker, we have no problem with the sugar workers. We were right-sizing the industry in the interest of the very workers and our country. However, sir, we question the waste and mismanagement of the spending of billions of dollars on Gaisuko because we care about the industry, sir, and its sustainability. And Mr. Speaker, we will continue to question the poor management and gross incompetence of this government when it comes to Gaisuko, after knowing for a fact, sir, what the VP Jack View did at Skeldon with that failure of a project, Mr. Speaker. Sir, we cannot run from it. Gaisuko is failing miserably under the PPPC. It failed and was almost completely destroyed prior to 2015. And yet again, Gaisuko is on its dying bed in 2024. And here are the facts, sir. From 2019, under the coalition, APNU AFC, which was the last full year in office, Gaisuko received and produced the following: $4 billion. You need understanding, Honorable Sony Parab. Gaisuko made 92,246 metric tons of sugar, sir. Mr. Speaker, when compared to that of the PPPC in 2023, Gaisuko received $6 billion, which was spent, and we see a major decrease, sir, with Gaisuko only making 600,000 metric tons of sugar. Yet again in 2024, Gaisuko will receive $6 billion. Mr. Speaker, we don't have a problem with the PPPCs obsessed with those projects that are failing, Mr. Speaker, because they for themselves are failures altogether. Mr. Speaker, in short, Gaisuko received approximately $4 billion in support from the APNU AFC government annually as a plan to ensure it returns to optimal production and sustainability. Then moving to viability, and sir, it produced at an average 100 metric tons of sugar annually under the APNU AFC. While under the PPPC, Gaisuko received over $30 billion, sir. And all public servants must know, all Guyanese must know, over $30 billion in just under 3 years. And now it's producing an average of about 50,000 metric tons of sugar annually. Mr. Speaker, this is 50% less than what we produce under the APNU AFC government. Mr. Speaker, that represents the failure of this PPP administration. Mr. Speaker, the bottom line is, sir, that the APNU AFC coalition government prudently managed Gaisuko, and the industry was better off aiming to be viable and self-sustainable. Yes. That is what the PPP must tell Guyanese, Mr. Speaker. And I challenge the Honorable Zulfikar Mustafa, when he comes, Mr. Speaker, to admit that Gaisuko was better off under the APNU AFC, Mr. Speaker. And not to speak about that failure at Rosal, where he pumped billions of dollars, Mr. Speaker, only to produce 1,030 tons of sugar, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, instead, the Honorable Minister with the responsibility for finance came to this house and said sugar expanded by some 28%, sir. When in fact, sugar production took a drastic decline from the last complete year of the coalition, where in 2019, like I said, we produced over 92,000 tons of sugar, Mr. Speaker. Now, sir, in 2022 and 2023, Gaisuko produced 47,000 metric tons, sir. Scrape of 57,000 metric, 53,000, sir. And now, sir, producing 60 metric tons of sugar, respectively. Sir, what the minister did not tell the nation is that the sugar production target was reduced twice. And, sir, most laughable. A third time just to meet what the Minister of Agriculture would call achieving one's target. Mr. Speaker, the Minister of Agriculture should pack his bag and go home and stop spending and wasting taxpayers' money on Gaisuko. As a matter of fact, sir, the entire board and management of Gaisuko's, the head, sir, should pack their bags and leave and allow that corporation to grow and prosper, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, what a travesty it is for the minister to be talking about an increase in sugar production.
Yeah. The Honorable Vince Roy Jordan, folks, for Guyana to grow. For Guyana to grow. What's going to happen? What's going to happen for Guyana to grow, folks? That's our time, folks, and that's our program. Thanks for joining us this evening. Pack your bags and go, Zulfikar. Gaisuko, top leadership, pack your bags and go. For Guyana to grow. What needs to happen, folks? For Guyana to grow. What needs to happen? You guys said it. John Amasindo, you said it. Sandra Hanover, you said it. Jamal Aziz, you said it. Isaac Davis, you said it. Diane and Shelley, Bushmaster, Enid, and all the other folks joining us. Share the live before you go. Take the opportunity to smash that emoji button as well, folks, and consider partnering with us to help us to keep moving on and on. And if you want to partner with us, here's how you can do so.
Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
That's right.
Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $in-the-ring592, Zelle and PayPal in the ring 592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments. Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
That's right.
Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $in-the-ring592, Zelle and PayPal in the ring 592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments.
All right. That's it, folks. Thanks for joining us. Carol Hudson and Diane and Spurley, thank you so much for joining us. That is the last bell now. I see Carol is here, and Beryl and Lester and Sandra Hanover, Wendy, and all the other folks. Thank you so much for joining us. That's going to do it for us. That's our time, and that's our program. Stay safe.